Welcome, everyone. I'm David Bauer. Here with us today is Jake Adams, the Director of the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs. Jake, thanks for joining us today. And what did you do before you became the Director at the Department of Veterans Affairs?
Yeah, so Carroll County resident, and I was the economic development director there in Carroll County for about 4 years. So, yeah, economic development was the profession.
Okay. And you're in the Marines prior to that?
Yeah, yeah. So left after high school, and was in the Marines active duty for 10 years, and had my first child. I had our first child, and my wife decided coming home was Indiana was where we needed to be, and so left California and made it back home.
Great. What made you decide to take the role at Department of Veterans Affairs?
Yeah, I think good policy. I think that we, as a transitioning veteran that came back, I didn't have the best experience, and so all that our predecessors had fought for, the benefits and resources. I saw that there was a gap in how that was being delivered. So when Governor Braun reached out uh, in early January, I kind of determined that serving veterans is a passion of mine, but more importantly, we deserve better, and this was an opportunity to better serve.
And you all have a phenomenal web page, and I was looking through that before our talk today, and saw the interactive map where you can click on any county, and it comes up with the name of the veteran service officer for that county. So that's a phenomenal resource.
Yeah. Well, and frankly, that was it was key to like prioritizing our first 6 months, and Governor Braun made it very clear that government is going to be different and serve differently and better, and so that transparency portal, we still work in progress, and it's something that we're excited about to show the counties exactly where veteran resources are going, where they've gone in the past, and then obviously that's driving the conversation to make sure we're reaching all 92 counties in the state with our resources.
Well, that's great. And I got to know you at the State House after I think you testified on Senate Bill 433, which was a big initiative of the Commissioners Association and Hamilton County Commissioners specifically. Can you tell us a little bit more about Senate Bill 433 and the results of that legislation?
Yeah, so I think we all sensed a need that service for veterans at the local level needed to be better. We can all agree upon that. There are some great county veteran service officers and veteran service officers across the state, but there was a consensus. Now, the debate is always, right, how do you do that? And I think Senator Baldwin and the team really came up with a good product that we think is a neutral ground for increasing the service for veterans locally. And so, yeah, I think that agreement between the associations, our office, and then obviously the legislature allowed for this to happen. And so we're really excited about the development of this, which is what we're going through now, and then the implementation to this moving on into next fiscal year. So, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Senator Baldwin did a great job in the leadership of carrying the bill in the Senate, and Senator Tomes, and I think Senator Randolph was involved as well. And over in the House, Representative Steve Bartels kept everybody together. The even the veteran service officers, I think, were happy with the bill at the end. So
Yeah, I think this had a really ripe opportunity to not be a good bill, and I think that, to your point, I think the legislature and the leadership there helped kind of create an environment that was what was agreeable for all, right? Creating regulation isn't fun. We don't want regulation, but how do we have accountability and provide government services to veterans and still not to overlap things? And this was the middle ground that I think is obtainable. And frankly, this is Indiana's the first state to have a national, like a statewide accreditation. So no other state has their own standards for serving veterans. And I think that's so crucial because, uh, you know, there is state accreditations, but all they are adopting the national accreditation that is done federally. It's really no different. And secondarily to that, there's no accountability beyond that accreditation. So you get it, and you could not be good at what you do. And so what we've done is allowed this accreditation to fit exactly what Hoosier veterans need, and then secondly be able to make sure that we're maintaining the accreditation. So if you're not meeting some really simple requirements in Indiana, you're not going to be allowed to serve veterans. And we owe that you're going to get symmetrical service, whether you're in Warwick County or DeKalb County or Steuben County. And I think that's what the product of this legislation is going to do.
Good deal. And I know you've been on the job for about 7 months, maybe a little bit more. Again, we appreciate the working relationship that we established during session. Any other long-term goals or objectives for you and the association going forward?
Yeah, I think we've got to make sure that there's no unintended consequences of this policy. This is a major reform, and I think a lot of people it's understated how important this is. So, this is a big piece of what we're going to deliver for Hoosiers on the accountability side for veterans. Everybody's excited about that. We're going to serve more veterans, and we're going to serve them better, right? And I think that as long as we keep that to the focus. But there are some major projects that we're working on at IDVA, and one of them being the Indiana Veterans Home there in West Lafayette and Tippecanoe County, and Commissioner Murtaugh's been great to work with, and the local officials, and so we're working on a long-term plan for that resource, and the answer to that is going to be serving more veterans in a bigger capacity up there in West Lafayette. So we're excited to kind of roll that out. We're in the beginning stages of that.
Good deal. Another partnership we've had with veteran service officers it came down through us, through the National Association of Counties, and it's called Operation Greenlight. And we've been advocating that program for about 3 years, and we've had several counties participate in the program. They light up their courthouse in green or other government buildings or structures, and it's just really a way to honor veterans and let the community know that they're recognized. And so that'll be in November, and hopefully we can partner with you all on that and make sure that Indiana Veteran Service officers know about the program and urge their counties to participate in the program.
Yeah.
NACO has a great website where the counties can download resolutions and other promotional materials that they can use to use in Operation Greenlight. So kind of final question, what's going to keep you motivated going forward for this in your new role here?
Yeah, I think 6 months, 7 months in, I think when we get an opportunity to see a disabled veteran's widow, when she realizes she has access to benefits and resources because of her husband or vice versa service, seeing that and being a part of that's the driver, right? Or it's the disabled veteran who just realized that, or got the letter that their kids now can go to school for free because of their service. And I think when as long as we're still connecting veterans to those resources, that's what's going to drive what we do, because there are veterans out there across Indiana right now that are eligible for those benefits and don't realize it. And so as long as we're waking up every day trying to reach them, we're going to continue to reach out to the mission.
Well, I appreciate it, and we want to support you in that mission. So anything we can do at the Association of Indiana Counties to help you out, please feel free to contact us. And thanks for coming in today.
All right. Thank you, David.